If you're over 50 and your hips are weak, then these exercises are going to be your secret weapon to strong hips. I'm going to start off with a beginner's exercise, intermediate, and then show you something more advanced. Come and have a look. So my name's Maria, I'm a 50 plus fitness specialist. I'm also in my late 50s and I know only too well the importance of staying strong around your hips. So if you have any knee issues, ankle issues or back issues, you're really going to want to focus on hip strength to stabilise those areas. And today we're going to look at the glute medius that sit at the side of the hip, your secret weapon for hip stability. Now, if you know your hip muscles are quite weak around this area, then it's best to start off with a static contraction. It's going to really fire them up and get them working so you can actually feel them. We're going to do this on the wall with something called a Captain Morgan. I'm going to use this cushion. You could use a pillow or a cushion. You're going to put your knee against the cushion, so you're not leaning into the wall. You're just pressing into the wall with that knee. Try and keep your knees level and your hips level, so you're not hiked up on one side like so. So hip bones level, knees level, and pelvis in a kind of neutralish position, so you're not kind of overarching or slouching back, somewhere in between those two. Then you're going to press into the pillow with the knee. You should feel that on this side. But more importantly, you're going to feel this outside hip really start to light up. You can really feel those muscles working. Start off with 5 to 10 seconds, and then gradually you're going to build up to 30 seconds, eventually to a minute. And if you can do it for a minute, then you know you've got nice, strong hips and you can tackle things like squats and lunges a little bit more effectively. So now we've got those muscles fired up, we're going to do something a bit more dynamic, a bit more akin to our real life movements. So we're going to step over something. I'm going to use this foam roller. You could use a pile of books or a little stool. We're going to lift a leg up and take it over. And to do that, you're going to use these muscles on the outside of the hip, these glute medius, which we use to abduct the leg. We're also using them on the standing leg as we stand on one leg. So you've got a balance element added to it. If you need to hold on to start with, then you can do. So up, over, feel that you're pushing out with these hip muscles. And just keep going with this until you notice the muscles at the side of your hip. Perhaps they start to tire a little. You should notice them doing some work. Push out, that's it. So you've got the element of balance, which is important as a skill, and you've got this pushing outwards with the hip, which is working the glute medius. Our next exercise is a side step up, which has been shown in research to be very effective in targeting this glute med. We're going to put our foot side on to the step. You could also use a bottom stair at home if you have one. Feel like you're pressing evenly through the foot, big toe, little toe, heel, all in contact, and then just lean slightly forward. And as you do so, you're going to try and push yourself up using these muscles at the side of your hip. So come all the way up, come all the way down, and do it again. So lean forward, push from the side of the hip, come back down. If you wanted to, you could have a slightly higher step, which would then make it a bit more challenging. That's it, push, come up, down. And just really think about where you can feel this exercise. So you could do 10 or 15 on one side and then switch to the other leg, repeating another couple of sets if you wish to and if you are able to. Our last exercise is a single leg dip, which is a lot more challenging. Do hold on if you need to hold on. You're going to stand on one leg with a level hip. Keeping the knee tracking nice and straight, or as straight as you can over the middle of the toes. You're going to stick your bottom out behind you and bend your knee. And then you're going to come back up by pressing through the whole foot and pushing from this hip. So we don't want all the work to be done by this quad, which is where you may feel it. Concentrate on getting the hip muscles to help you. This little hinge will really help you to do that, as we're pushing evenly through the big toe, the little toe as well as the heel. If you're really tight through these quads, it can help to have a little stretch before you try that. So you might want to come into something like a kneeling stretch like so, just drifting forward and back to get a bit of a stretch through the front of the leg and the hip here. Try and come into a neutral position of the pelvis where the pelvis is level, and then just drift forward and back. Have a go at that, and then try this again and see if you get a little bit more activation through the side hip muscles, the glute medius. So pick your level, start where you need to start and work your way up. See how you get on. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.